Well, this is absolutely unexpected. The water froze last night. I got no water. That is frustrating. I didn't think it was that cold in here. Yeah, I had the wood stove going and the propane going. The good news is I think this is the last night that's going to be that cold. It was just too miserably cold. I've got the cabinets wide open, and all the heat I had was going in there, so the cat's dish didn't freeze overnight. Her water didn't freeze, so I don't know. That's weird. I didn't expect that. She's enjoying the heat. Hey, baby cat. You like it up there, huh? Look at the heat shield, radiant shield radiating that heat back. I got the propane heater on high. I've got the wood stove going. And she's loving it up here. Yeah, it's nice, huh? I'm answering comments right now. And somebody asked me if I finished putting up the reflective foil in the RV, and I forgot to show it on video. The answer is yes. I did leave this window uncovered. I just simply lift up a corner of the curtain. The sun only shines in this little spot in the mornings, and I just lift up a little bit to get some sunlight. But the rest of the RV is covered and insulated. I could get some sunlight there, but honestly it's too much work to take down all the clothespins, take down the foil, take down the blanket and all that. So the gain is not worth the amount of work to remove all this foil. The foil really helps it in here. I think you can notice it's brighter in here, at least on the camera viewfinder. It looks brighter in here. Baby cat's enjoying the radiant heat coming off the foil, and with the LED lighting it really looks good in here. And surprisingly, my friend who is sometimes critical of my projects was here on the weekend and said it didn't look too bad. I wasn't sure what the reaction would be, but it definitely makes it brighter in here because those blankets were dark, and it's helping retain the heat in the living room. So I have to get some more of these and finish the rest of the windows. I also have to finish putting a curtain up in the kitchen. I have the curtain rod, and I have some doggy blankets I can put up, and of course then again I have the bathroom window to cover. I'm going to put some foil up in the bedroom on the one side here. It's nice and dark and cozy in here. Once I get the foil, that'll help keep the heat in here a lot better. You can feel, actually that blanket is ice cold, so you can feel the cold coming through. And the warmth is up here and the cold is just, yeah. So I'll put some more foil here. And over here, I want to put my curtain rod up and have a blanket over that half the window, because this is where the heat comes in. I have the fan on right now only because it moves the air around the RV better, and it helps to push the air around and move it throughout the rest of the RV for me. But normally I don't need it because the air flows from under the bed into the wood stove shed and then back out naturally now. It just flows, so it's very nice now. But I want to be able to cover this window at night to seal that off, this half anyway, and put some reflective foil here as well. And then also over here in the main door, this is not covered by anything. I do have the curtain rod for it now, and I don't have a blanket that long, so I'll have to probably tack up two together with clothespins and put some foil on that. And I also have some sealer that goes around the door trim. But I'm not getting wind through there now. It's not bad. There's no breeze coming through with that porch being finished. So it's a serious advantage. That porch stops the wind blowing through here. That's cool to the touch, but not cold. And on all the windows, it's ice cold to the touch, the aluminum framing. So that is definitely helping out having that solar porch. But I do want to seal this off. Now down here, I left this flap of carpet on when I did this RV, and I'm happy I did, because I never cut it off, and that is a perfect size for doing the stairwell. But this is a refrigerator down here. This is miserably cold, and this is the worst spot here in the whole RV, because there's nothing behind this piece of metal. That's just a piece of metal, and that's cold as ice. And right here is where I'm losing a lot of heat, where a lot of cold is coming in. I can feel it rising, the wind and the breeze and the cold air just radiating off of here. It's so cold. So I have to finish the stairwell. I'm going to put some foam down, the foam carpet padding that I have, and carpet this whole stairwell, because I do not wear outdoor shoes in the RV. I take them off outside on the porch, and then I walk in with socks on my feet, and in a house I wear house shoes. Oh, by the way, somebody thinks I'm wearing two different shoes. No, it's the same. They're just cheap dollar store junk, and the trim came off one. Anyway, this has to be insulated. This is so bad here. I might even consider getting a piece of foam that'll fit along that edge to seal that off and insulate it. And same issue here. See, it's so cold I keep my my stuff down here. Actually, look, I can see outside right there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see that or not around that hole. But there's nothing here, just a piece of metal. It's cold as ice. So that's got to be taken care of. And then I might actually then build a box that goes over here to level it off, and that will give me two things. It'll give me another spot to sit a chair when I have guests. It'll give me more space when I'm for relaxing or whatever, and it'll seal that off to stop the heat loss when I'm in here at night. I'm getting everything off the floor, my tray table and my stuff. I'm going to clear off all this, these shelves. See, right now the floor is miserably cold. It's 12:30 in the afternoon and only 27 degrees out with wind, and it's blasting under the RV, and the floor is a fridge. My toes are numb, although at the ceiling it's 72 degrees. So one of the things I have is another layer of foam underlayment for this floor. So I'm going to take all this apart, put down the second layer of foam, which is going to help with insulation factor here. Now in the bedroom I already have 2 layers of foam. I did that originally, and the bedroom floor is warmer. So I'm going to do that here now, and I'm also just going to put up some, I'd always wanted to do this. These shelves were supposed to be temporary, and I'm going to put up a proper set of shelves here now, and finally do this up right. So I'm just going to, I never did fasten the floor down, because I did always plan on putting that second layer of foam down, but then I ended up going to Australia. So I'm going to do that now, and finally start finishing this RV up, and get it a little bit warmer in here, bit by bit, with the foil and the heat and the blankets and the curtains. Eventually I'll get it. There, and everything's off the floor. I want to peel back this carpeting and go get that foam mat. Now down under here is the original table mount. See if I can get that up. There we go. Now the original mount for the table is under here. That's the hole where the table sticks down through. And what I want to do is pull that metal plate up. This is based on somebody's suggestion last year. I want to pull out this metal plate, lay all the carpeting down again, and then find the hole and put the metal plate back down with longer screws into the floor. It's going to be awkward finding the screws to align them, but it'll look better, and the carpeting will then be under that plate. And what I was originally thinking is to put the carpeting over the plate and cut the hole through, but the ends will tatter and wear, and with the plate over the top of the carpet as it was originally set up, it'll be a lot better, and the carpet won't wear around that hole. So it's going to be a bit of a project, but I'm going to do that, and then I can use this table as I had originally intended. I feel like I'm going backwards here. I got the carpet out, and it's sitting here on the shelving that I have out, and I can't get those screws to budge. This is really tough. So I need to get a ratchet driver with a screw and see if I can get some more force on that. Hope I don't strip those things, otherwise I'll be drilling and it'll take even longer. But if I can get this plate up, then I can get all the foam down, and then I can get the carpet down, and then I'll have a warmer floor, because this is frozen. This here, this is cold as ice. It's probably not much above freezing temperature. It's terrible. Well, it's no wonder it's freezing. There's wind blowing up through here. There's my wires under the RV for the solar wires. There is nothing down there to stop the wind from blowing under the RV. There's wind blowing up through here right now. It's terrible. I'm gonna have to cover that as I work. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get something going. I might actually, somebody suggested putting the metal plates from the rainwater collection around the RV. It'll require some work and some wood, but maybe I might try that. I have to stop that wind from blowing. That's a lot of heat loss. Well, anyway, now I can proceed with layering this and insulating my floor better. Okay, I've got the other layer here, and before I put it down, I cut the hole for the metal insert. And now I'm going to lay down the sheet. Now the idea, from what I've read online and studied, is to keep it a couple inches away from the edge of the wall so the carpets can still come down and hit the carpet tacks. So I'm leaving it a few inches spaced here all the way around. And I'm going to staple this down and then do the same thing with the hole in the floor, cutting that hole for that metal insert. And then I'll lay down the carpet and do the same thing. But first I got to go in, before I cut this hole, I'm going to go into town and get some longer screws that'll fit this hole. Now the second layer is down of the foam, and you leave a couple inches all the way around the edges so I can put down trim and edging. And now I'll roll the carpet. Well, first I'm going to find that hole again, cut that hole out here, and then roll out the carpet, and then cut the hole through the carpet as well. And then I can put the metal piece down, and then I'm almost done. Okay, now all the carpet is laid back in place. Looking good, except for the piece that's going to go over the door here. Everything's good. And you can see a little bit of a raise along the edges here. There's a little bit of a slope up in here, but otherwise, unless you're looking at it, it's not really noticeable. Now I have to get this center hole out, so I want to be very careful and only cut right dead center. So I'm going to be just put slices in there. I've noticed that the hole in the middle of this is actually smaller than the hole in the floor boards, so all I have to do is put some slits in that carpet, and that'll actually make that seat better and give it some insulating abilities in there. I literally just put 4 slits in this, and now this should neatly go down right in the hole. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Now, originally that was underneath the old carpet. That was on the foam, and then the carpet went over that, and then they had a plug for the hole with a piece of wooden plug with a piece of carpet on top. How that didn't rip to shreds in the years, I don't know, but I'm going to go on advice that I received from somebody online on the comments and do it like this. Maybe I can paint that one day, paint it white or something, but for now, there it is. I mean, it's not really ugly. It's a hole in my floor, but it's going to serve a purpose. So I had to go get screws. That's the reason I had to go to town. I had to get some longer screws to fit those holes. So now I think I'm going to use my power drill for this and put it in there. It's going to be good. Tonight I will dine at a real table. Well, let's see if this will work without pre-drilling. Seems to be going alright. I even think I might have got the right hole. It does feel like I hit the same holes, by the way. Can't believe I'm doing this to my new carpet. Battery's down. Well, there it is. For better or for worse, it's in there now. Now I got to put together my workshop, my entertainment center and desk. So I need to get the materials together for that. That'll take me a few minutes to get out here. I'm building my entertainment center. I got a little bit of wood today. It's not too expensive, really. I think the wood was maybe $20. I think the screws are more expensive than the wood, which is pretty insane. Now what I've done is, I'll just show you how this is going to look, because I'm still piecing it together. Give you an idea. This goes up against that kitchen cabinet, and then I've brought it out right along with the outside edge of the kitchen cabinet, and I've cut off the edge, the front edge of each shelf here. So when I come along, I'll come along, see how the kitchen cabinet or the kitchen countertop is curved, angled out, comes across. This will come across and then angle in, and so it'll flow smoothly with the curves of the kitchen. And I think it's going to look pretty cool. Now I've got these pieces going up higher now because the TV sits here, and what that's going to be is there's a board here, which is a 2-foot high piece, which will fit precisely in here as a backsplash to the kitchen sink. That'll be a divider from the kitchen to the living room area. You'll be able to see that when I'm done here pretty soon. Now what I'm doing here is I'm marking off the position for the next shelf. I want it 12 inches high, which will precisely, neatly hold a ring binder. At 12 inches in height, I can slide a ring binder in here and have just about a ½ inch of extra space to playroom. So the shelf was going to go up on here. I'm just clamping these and then I'm going to screw them. The clamps are setting it up so I have a place to set the shelf so it's precise. I'll show you how I'm doing this. I'm just marking this at 12 inches. And then mark this twice at 12 inches so I have good lines to go with. Okay. Don't know how well you can see that with the lighting in here. It's starting to get dark out. Just a little one. And my 2 clamps. Now what I'm doing here is I'll clamp that in place on the front. right on the line. And then line up the back with the 2 lines, the 2 marks, as good as I can. Alright, that's all lined up nicely. My ring binder still fits perfect. And then my next board simply slides in here, theoretically. Okay. Slips into place. And then I don't have to worry about imperfections when I screw this together. It's all lined up perfectly. And then I'm going to put a hole in first, which I might as well do it now while you watch. Hope you can see alright. Where's my drill? Now, since I just did the carpeting, the floor is going to have to be vacuumed when I'm done anyway, so I'm doing this right in place. But I definitely have to vacuum when this is done. So that's lined up precisely with the front edge of that, the back edge of that. Very neat and precise. On the side of front piece, I'm putting in 1 screw. How did that move? Felt like it moved. Yes, it did. Alright, that's still good. Okay. Make sure that's precise. I'll put that front screw in. That'll hold that in place. I love this Ryobi set very much. Very, very much. And then just countersink it slightly. Everything's still in place. Put the other 2 back screws in. There. That side's done. And there we have a shelf. It's going to look very nice. So I'm going to have 4 shelves. I'll turn around to do the other side in a minute, but I won't bore you with all the screws and stuff. But there's a ring binder. Fits perfectly on there. Very nice. Obviously I'll have smaller books on this part, but I just wanted to make sure the ring binder will fit on there at all. And there it is. This will hold my laptop, my printer, all my books and notes and stuff and forms. And for certain people, my tax paperwork will go down there. There are certain people concerned about my doing my taxes properly, and yes, I do. So this is actually, I bought this at the dollar store for next year's taxes. This year's taxes, 2014 already. Wow. Yeah, anyway, so that'll all be the bookkeeping down there. And now I'm going to have a smaller shelf. What I'm going to do here, now I'm going to measure from the top down. I want 1 foot of space here, and that's where the laptop and the printer will be. And in the smaller, what's left over will be a shelf. And that will hold cell phones and wallet and whatever else, miscellaneous smaller items, charging cables and stuff, and notepads. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up. I won't bore you with all the screwing and details, but there's going to be a very nice entertainment center in here tonight. Well, there it is so far. I've got all the shelves done. It's pretty stable. once I get the top piece on, it's going to be even more stable. And I've taken and put some trim up here that's going to hold the backboard on, and I'll do the same over here. That's it's funny because there's absolutely no scrap pieces left over. The scraps are literally what are going to hold this all together and firm it up. There it is. Put 2 more staples up in the top and it's done. Oops, take that in. Looks like an entertainment center. Slide this in place. And there it is. There's my new entertainment center. And so much more living area. That is the reason I did that. Some people might think my priorities are off, but honestly, I just insulated the floor. I just made myself a real dining table. And I just gave myself more living space. All in a few hours of work. And that is amazing and satisfying, and it looks beautiful. It looks awesome. And look at how it blends here, how it flows. The counter comes over, across, and this comes around. So it flows around and fits the contours. I'm happy. I'm very happy. I might paint this white in the summer or varnish it. I'm not yet sure which way I'll go. And later I might actually sand these edges off and round the corners when we have better weather. It'll look nicer that way. So notice here how I cut the corners and then I put the this piece right on the edge of where the corner starts. And how I did that is I literally just measured 4 inches in on a corner on both sides and cut across. And over here I put the supporting ends on right flush with the corners. And then I took my scrap pieces and screwed them in place to hold the backboard. And that's the backboard for the TV on this side, and it's a splash guard for the sink on this side. So I might put something on this side, something water resistant. I'm not yet sure how I'm going to work with that, but there is a very nice fitting thing that I wanted to do last year. I actually would have done it if I hadn't gone to Australia. This would have been done long ago. And somebody gave me a fluorescent purple or pink tube, I'm not sure the color anymore, that's going up on the behind there. It'll be an amazing looking backlight for the TV. A friend of mine had a car, it came with tubes and he didn't want it, these fluorescent tubes. What do you call it? Ground effects lighting or whatever. It's going back there behind the TV. It'll look really cool for backlighting. So I'm going to set this up and then I'll show you how it looks when I'm done. Have a look at that. This is nice. This really makes me happy. Here's the TV, protected from the splash from the sink. Nice and protected. There's my laptop and printer. Down there I have my books, starting to set it up. And there I've got all my little organizers and small things nice and neatly laid out. Now it's going to look good in here. And I can't wait till I get the backlight behind that TV. It'll look so cool with that up in there. But there it is, and it looks good. So now I just have to clean this place up, put my table in here. I have to step out. I found something on Craigslist I gotta go pick up, but I'm gonna step out and then I'll have to come back and vacuum this mess. But it's looking good. It really looks good. There's so much space in here now. The original shelf right here is actually going in the bedroom where I had the little shelf, and I might even do that yet tonight. So that will stay in here, and it's going to fit in there nicely and give me a whole lot more storage space in there. So the oh, I'm so happy. I can't tell you how happy I am. This looks so good, so nice and neat. It came together so well and so quickly. This is really exciting. And I mean, I'll be able to work here so much better and get around in here and have guests. I wasn't able to really have guests in here because it was so cluttered and so tight. I had to actually bring in my legs for somebody to walk by. Now with that smaller shelf and the cut there, and it's nice. I'm liking it. I really like it. Now it's looking like a home. This is an RV, can you believe that? I think this is a very unique RV. Only one like it in the world. That also feels good.